Burn it up. Y'all make it hot like the roof is on fire. Burn it up. Burn it up. Burn it up. Woo! That's how I felt, man, after this game, man. We came in late in this game, man. We came in 90 seconds late in this game, man. This is the crazy part about this. We came in late. Your boy Marcus, man, I think I ended up going 65-6 at the end of this game. Wasteland Wednesday. This is what Wasteland Wednesday is about. On Fringe right here, putting in that work, getting in that need. Check out this class I'm rocking here. Pharo. Right. You got me. The Pharo. The submachine gun. I might not even get to the rest of the class, honestly. But Pharo and Ghost is kind of what the main priorities in terms of this class. Suppressed Pharo and Ghost are kind of the main two pieces of this class. Let's talk about this Pharo though, man. I've had some mixed experiences with this Pharo in my life. So I started using the Pharo. You know, I got the diamond assault rifle, so I'm starting with the diamond submachine guns now. So and I'm not really too familiar with the submachine guns in this game. Honestly, I haven't used them that much. So I decided to go for one of the later ones. You know, I was pretty high level, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go for one of the later ones, put in work on that, and then I'll come back to it. You know, once I prestige or whatever, or even if I want to save it, I guess I could save. Blah blah. So I went with the Pharo, and I didn't realize it was like a 4-shooter for like a burst thingy, and you know, I was going with it just you know, with like a grip on or whatever, and I was like, well, this is pretty whack. Not a big fan. I really hated the Pharo. Like I was like I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get this thing down. Like this thing is so bad. Blah blah blah. We went away from it. We prestige. We came back, and all of a sudden I was starting to think. I'm like, you know what? Like, what if like I put like try something else? You know, sometimes like a suppressor really helps out a gun or whatever. So I put on a suppressor on it. Put on a red dot on it. And I was kind of like, you know, I'm starting to feel this now, like a little bit, starting to work a little bit. And I started having some good games with it. And I was like, okay. Then I started thinking. I was like, hey, I'm already suppressed. Why not take full advantage of this suppression? Why not just go Ghost? You know, which is something I really don't do, like, ever, honestly. But I was like, why not go Ghost? You know, why not go Ghosting a little bit? So I decided to do that. And then I just started having these monster games. And I mean, I'm telling you, this month of January is going to be some of the best Wasteland Wednesday footage I've ever put up in my life. It's just murder game after murder game. And it's this class right here. Submachine gun, Pharo, suppressed, you know, some standard perks like a red dot, you know, the suppressor attachment over there, and I might have a grip on it. That might be it. And then my dude, this robot guy whose name's escaping me right now, the Reaper, with the sight. It's just clicked, and you know, the NT up and the other stuff that I kind of use standard to tell me to get through streaks quicker or whatnot. And obviously the big streaks right here. And like I said, we missed the first 90 seconds of this game, or else who knows the kind of numbers we'd be able to put up. Oh, that's right. Check out next week's episode though, because it was crazy. So I had this beast ass game, right? And I texted my boy Sam. I was pretty proud. I was like, yo, man, like just murdered it. Just had my best game, most kills in Black Ops 3 so far. Wow, yo, can't wait to put the footage up. And then literally I texted him maybe like 10 minutes later after the next game. I was like, scratch that. I had my second best game before ever. Had my first just right now. It's crazy. It's on. I'm not going to stop playing. Like, blah, 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 blah. And then like a week later, I had the one. I'm not going to spoil it, but we just kept building up over here. But in terms of the Pharo, it's not, I still don't really like it, honestly. It's kind of crazy because when you see like the next 3 weeks of footage, you're going to be like, how do you not like this thing? You're amazing with it. But I'm just not that great with burst weapons in this game, and it's really hit or miss. Now, when I'm hitting with them, I'm really hitting with them, you know. You'll see a game here in a couple weeks where I put in some work with a Pharo and an XR2. The XR2, I hate that thing. But when it works, when it clicks, and I almost feel sometimes, and this is just me speaking off the cuff, I don't have any facts to prove this or anything, but it's a feeling I have. I almost feel it's a very, very, very connection sensitive. Like, when my connection is strong, and my connection is pretty good pretty much all the time, but when it's like really, really good, I feel that's when I have my best games with these suppressed weapons, and specifically the XR2, when people actually drop when I hit them with the burst, whereas other times I kind of feel like I'm just bursting into thin air, and I'm like, I don't even know what's going on over here. But I would recommend putting the suppressor on it, and there's a couple angles with terms of the suppressor. Obviously, you know, it reduces your range with it, and it might even reduce your damage, but I don't know. It reduces your range, which in turn kind of affects how you're playing and could affect your damage just because you can't reach people as far as you normally would or whatnot with it. I don't, for the most part, ever put suppressors on weapons, but I have certain times when it just makes me feel better. It makes my just angles and my grip feel better on the gun, and my aim feel better, and I'm just able to control the recoil sometimes. I'll give you an example. In Modern Warfare 3, I ran a suppressor on my ACR almost all the time. Now, I could play without it, you know, and it was fine, and I never really fully used it for the purposes of actually, you know, being, like, hidden and blah, blah, blah. I just don't really do that often. I kind of go straight at you, well, which could be a negative or positive, depending on how you want to look at it. But I started to take advantage in this game about that. But maybe I'll talk about that next week. But I mainly put it on just on the ACR because I was like, hey, let me try this out. Let me see if I can get something to control a little bit to jump over here. It didn't have a lot of jump, but I was like, maybe I get something to control over there. So it's something I've been doing a lot is I'll throw on, when I'm not feeling comfortable with the gun, how it shoots just regular, I'll throw on a suppressant, see how it works. I mean, in essence, it helps out in the sense that you're already going to be like kind of off the map, so you're getting a plus already off the bat with it. So it's not really like the worst negative. And then if you combine it with Ghost, you're really off the map. Like, that's the best part about it here. We put up 65 kills. I don't think anybody saw me all game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll find you. Don't worry. You don't got to find me. I'll find you. You know, whenever you playing like a 6-on-6 and you put up a UAV and you only see 5 dots and then you're like, all right, well, I'll go after those 5. That one guy probably, I'm not even too worried about him. Yeah, I'm the one guy you should be worried about, though, because, I mean, these poor fellas, they looked at 5 dots and they were like, oh, what about this 6th one, though? The 6th one, they decided to put a 65 and 6 spot on us. This 6th evil man. So, all in all, I tried out the suppressor with the Pharo. That's just my tip when it comes to it. But let me know, man, if you guys have been using the Pharo and you've been having success without it, I've been really impressed. I couldn't fully control the gun without it. And then I started, and I'll probably talk a little bit more about this next week, and then next week's Wasteland Wednesday, I started really to take advantage of using the Ghost and using the suppressor and kind of just using the perks that I was stuck with, you know, that I had to deal with. And I was like, hey, I got these, you know, I'm using them. Let's take advantage of them. Like, what could a Ghost do? A Ghost could definitely go around like the whole enemy spawn without them noticing, you know, and especially if you wall run, you move quickly, you can really get in and out of spawns in this game pretty quickly. I probably shouldn't be shooting from as far away as I am with it. That's one of the things I think I started doing a little bit better as I started using the Pharo. As I got closer to people, because if you're really far away from the people, guess what? You're just not going to get as much shots, especially with the suppressor on it. And then there's the whole factor of the Reaper, who, it's kind of crazy. You know, my progression so far on my specialist was Outrider, Vision Pulse. I was like, that's it. And then I hit the Prophet guy, and I was like, damn, this guy's it. And now I'm at the Reaper, and I'm like, yo, this dude is it. But a little bit more of that next Wednesday, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this footage, man. 65-6. I had a good time, man. I had a ball. My dude giving me the fingers right there. I see you, boy. I see you. See you next week. Make sure you tune in to tomorrow's video, though. Deuces.